sklearnutilscheckconsistentlength. Check consistent length. Description. This function checks if the input arrays or sequences have consistent lengths. It's a crucial utility in scikit-learn for ensuring that data used in various machine learning models is correctly aligned and compatible. Inputs. Arrays: a list or tuple of arrays or sequences whose lengths are to be compared. Each element can be a 1D array, a list, or any object with a length attribute. AllowEmpty: a Boolean value indicating whether to allow empty arrays with length 0. If set to false, all arrays must have at least one element. Outputs. None. The function does not return a value directly. Instead, it raises a value error if the lengths are inconsistent, preventing further processing with mismatched data. Steps. Loop through the provided array's input. For each array, determine its length using the len function. Compare the length of the current array with the length of the first array. If any length mismatch is detected, a value error is raised, indicating that the input arrays have inconsistent lengths. Metrics. Length consistency. This is the primary metric, gauged by the successful execution of the function without raising a value error. If the function runs without error, it implies the inputs have consistent lengths. Fine-tune parameters. AllowEmpty: this parameter allows for flexibility in handling empty arrays. Setting it to true permits empty arrays in the input list, while setting it to false enforces non-empty arrays. Challenges and fixes. Challenge 1: inconsistent lengths in input arrays. Sample use case: if you attempt to fit a model with features and target variables that have differing numbers of samples, this inconsistency will lead to errors. For instance, fitting a linear regression model on features with 100 samples and a target variable with 90 samples will raise an error. Fixes ensure that all input arrays have the same length before feeding them to the model or any sklearn function. Use data manipulation techniques like slicing, padding, or removing extra samples to align the lengths of all arrays. Challenge 2: empty arrays not allowed. Sample use case when working with datasets that might have missing data. Empty arrays can occur if allowEmpty is set to false and an empty array is present. A value error will be raised, halting the process. Fixes: examine the cause of the empty arrays. If they are due to missing data, consider imputing values using methods like mean imputation or k-nearest neighbors. Alternatively, if empty arrays are intentional, set allowEmpty to true.